The older we get, the more efficient our training must become. In a world full of gimmicky exercises, the basics still reign supreme. But not just any basics. I'm talking about the 7 exercises every workout must have. These 7 exercises represent fundamental movement patterns: vertical push, vertical pull, horizontal push, horizontal pull, squat, hinge, and carry. These movements aren't just arbitrary selections, they target specific functions of every major muscle group, ensuring balanced muscular development. In this video, we'll not only go over each one of these movements, but we'll discuss what exercises I recommend for each one. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Exercise number 1, horizontal push. Anytime we're pushing a weight away from our body horizontally, we're targeting the chest, the front delts, and the triceps. And while any chest press variation can do the trick, they're not all created equal. For this, I recommend the converging machine chest press. While free weight variations load the pecs well in the stretched position, they lack tension at the shortened position. The converging chest press solves this by maintaining tension through the entire range of motion, ensuring your pecs are actively producing tension from start to finish. This constant tension leads to greater muscle activation, and studies have shown that movements that allow for greater horizontal adduction produce superior muscle growth compared to traditional pressing. Not only that, but free weight presses demand more stability and technical precision, which can lead to an increased risk of injury. The converging chest press machine, however, reduces these risks. The stability offered by being in a seated position, combined with a guided lifting path, ensures you're pressing from a safe position. We even have a study from the Journal of Human Kinetics showing seated machine presses outperforming free weights in chest activation. And if that wasn't enough, the machine chest press lends itself well to progressive overload without the need for spotters, making it far safer to train to failure. Exercise number 2, vertical push. Anytime we're pressing a weight over our head vertically, we're hitting the shoulders, the upper chest, and the triceps. To get the most out of your vertical pushing exercises, it's important that you train through a full range of motion. Studies show that the front delts are most activated at high degrees of shoulder elevation, so make sure your arms are nearly straight at the top. For upper pecs, lower the weight for a deep stretch as they have more leverage at lower shoulder angles. And to target the middle delts, use a pronated grip as this promotes greater shoulder abduction while you press. And while there are a number of vertical push variations, I recommend the seated Smith machine overhead press. Unlike free weights, the Smith machine's guided motion minimizes the involvement of smaller stabilizer muscles, allowing you to focus solely on pressing. In fact, a 2013 study found that the Smith machine shoulder press produced the highest activation of the anterior delts compared to other pressing variations. The question then becomes, why seated over standing? According to this study, you're around 10% stronger when pressing seated versus standing. The seated position also reduces the need for core stabilization, allowing you to generate more pressing power directly from your shoulders. Exercise number 3, horizontal pull. Anytime we're pulling a weight toward our body horizontally, we're hitting the entire back musculature with an emphasis on the muscles responsible for back thickness. And because pulling does involve elbow flexion, we're also involving biceps to a great degree. While there are countless horizontal pulling exercises to choose from, I prefer the chest-supported dumbbell row. This exercise allows you to isolate the mid-upper back muscles by eliminating the involvement of the lower back and lower body muscles, which are often engaged during rowing variations like bent over barbell rows. Conventional barbell rows place significant strain on the lower back, with this study showing they cause high levels of joint compression. Chest-supported rows, however, eliminate this stress. Moreover, this row variation prevents the use of momentum, which can often compromise muscle activation. By staying stabilizing your body on an incline bench, you can maintain strict form, ensuring that each rep maximally engages the target muscles. And if you want to make these even more effective, studies show that intentional retraction of the shoulder blades while you pull your arms back activates the traps and rhomboids to a greater degree. In other words, focus on retracting your shoulder blades and then finishing the movement with your arms rather than simply pulling your arms back. Exercise number 4. Vertical pull. When we're pulling a weight toward our body vertically, we're hitting the entire back musculature with an emphasis on the lats, which are responsible for back width. While the lats take center stage, vertical pulling also engages the mid and lower traps, biceps, forearms, and core. And although there are plenty of pull-up and pull-down variations to choose from, I recommend a wide grip variation of either. Looking at this study from Acklin et al., the leverage of the lats for shoulder adduction is highest around 50 to 100 degrees of shoulder elevation. Thus, a wide grip ensures that throughout the entire range, you're pulling where the lats have their greatest leverage. Another study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research compared 4 grip variations: a close grip, a supinated grip, a wide grip behind the body, and a wide grip in front of the body. They found that the wide grip pull down to the front of the body elicited the greatest activation of the lats. This is corroborated by the findings of this 2019 study, which reported that using a wide grip promoted the highest activation and contraction in the lats compared to 6 other different grip pull-ups. So whether you opt for the pull-up or the pull-down, just make sure you're using a wide grip. Exercise number 5, squat. The squat movement pattern involves knee extension by the quads and hip extension by the glutes and hamstrings. There's no doubt in the literature that traditional back squats are an excellent lower body builder, but if you're tired of the lower back strain and technical demands of barbell squats, or you're just looking for a safer and more hypertrophy conducive alternative, the hack squat has you covered. Unlike its free weight counterpart, the hack squat eliminates spinal loading, minimizes strain on your wrists and shoulders, and doesn't require a high degree of technique. Hack squats also require less ankle mobility than barbell squats to reach full depth, which makes it easier for people with limited ankle mobility. And this study comparing shallow squats and deep squats shows a direct correlation between leg muscle activation and squat depth. In other words, the deeper you squat, the more muscle you'll build, at least to a degree. The hack squat also allows you to train different areas of the legs by simply adjusting your foot position. To train the quads more, opt for a narrower stance with your feet lower on the platform. This increases how much your knee bends in the descent. For targeting the glutes and hamstrings, take a wider stance with your feet higher on the platform to increase the hip flexion angle at the bottom. And if you want to hit all areas of the leg equally, place your feet somewhere on the middle of the platform with a shoulder width stance. Exercise number 6, hip hinge. The hip hinge is a movement pattern that targets the posterior chain, the hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. For this, there are 3 main movements to choose from: the conventional deadlift, the stiff-legged deadlift, and the RDL. And while all 3 are viable options, the conventional deadlift requires bending the knees, which involves the quads, and the stiff-legged variation requires no movement at the knees, which reduces glute activation. Thus, I recommend meeting somewhere in the middle with the Romanian deadlift. Research shows that when it comes to building bigger hamstrings, RDLs elicit near maximal hamstring activation. And if you want to emphasize one muscle group over the other, this study shows that keeping your hips high and your legs straighter will activate more of the hamstrings, while bending the knees activates more of the glutes. And if you want to make this exercise even more effective, this 2017 study found that bracing your core during the RDL enhances glute and hamstring activation by increasing stability of the lumbopelvic muscles, ensuring both strength and protection of your spine. And exercise number 7, carry. When you perform a loaded carry, you're not just taxing your forearms, traps, and core. You're engaging nearly every muscle in your body from your shoulders to your legs. For simplicity's sake, I recommend a dumbbell farmer's walk. Studies show that when you perform the farmer's walk, you generate more force with each step and take faster, shorter strides compared to regular walking. This means you're moving more efficiently and powerfully. But this exercise isn't just about raw strength, it also develops your endurance and mental grit. Carrying heavy loads over a distance will push your cardiovascular system, fry your grip, and test your muscle endurance like nothing else. To maximize the benefits, focus on proper form by keeping your shoulders squared, glutes engaged, and maintain a slow, controlled pace. So, there you have it, 7 exercises every workout must have. By integrating these movements, you'll accelerate muscle growth and enhance joint integrity, paving the way for longer, injury-free training. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for a complete, done-for-you training and nutrition guide guaranteed to add slabs of muscle to your frame in the next 90 days, then claim your free copy of my book, Bulk Up Fast. The book has already been paid for. All you have to do is cover the small shipping fee. Just click the link in the description, tell me where to ship it, and I'll send it to you anywhere in the world. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Peace.